Hey guys, welcome back to the weekly astrology and pick a card reading. This is for the week ahead from the 29th of March through to April 4th. It's nice to be in a new month of April. We're at the moment having this full moon in Libra, so if you're a Libran, you might be feeling it extra powerfully. If you've got Pluto in Libra, if you're born in that generation like myself, you might be feeling it quite strongly. Technically, it's gone past the degree at the moment, but it is still a strong influence for the rest of today. So it was technically yesterday evening and this morning in Australia anyways. So the full moon's influence always goes over a couple of days anyways. A lot of people can feel it leading up to the moon and just after the full moon. So yes, full moon in Libra highlights the energy of relationships, of course. So you may be focused on your relationships. You may be thinking of people close to you, or trying to work out a decision in a relationship, or decisions, or trying to decide between, you know, two different options, two different situations, or making decisions within the context of a relationship on how to move forward, things like that, of that nature. Libra is also the energy of peace and harmony and compromise. So all of those issues may be coming up for you guys, for everybody, under this energy of the full moon. So yeah, relationships and interactions with others, and compromising and having harmony, and also mediation. So if there's a conflict, working out some kind of solution that works for both people involved. So there can be that kind of thing. With the Libran energy, if things feel very off balance, it can feel very, very, very uncomfortable. So if you know anyone that's a Libra, they tend to prefer peace and harmony and to have things in balance. They don't really enjoy that feeling, like most people, I guess, but they tend to not like extremes. But they can also find that when there is conflict, they do feel that there is an extreme unbalanced feeling that they experience, and they try to sort of fix the balance by bringing more harmony into their lives. So for this energy, you may be trying to do that in your own life at the moment. You may be trying to beautify things, because Libra is also about beauty, harmony, the arts, working on creative things as well. You may be very inspired at the moment under the full moon. So those are some of the influences. The full moon has been making some difficult angles, however, to Venus in Aries, and also Chiron in Aries, and the Sun in Aries. So there is that to consider. So I guess, you know, the way I would see this as an astrologer is, because it's an opposition, opposite signs involved, Libra and Aries, there is this need to find some kind of balance in healing issues to do with self versus other. So honoring yourself, but also, you know, not neglecting completely your relationships, and finding some kind of balance there. But there could be some healing issues coming up for a lot of people, in particular anybody that has cardinal signs around 9 degrees. So the cardinal signs are Libra, Aries, Capricorn, and Cancer. If you have anything around about roughly 7, 8, 9 degrees, or around there, some kind of issues could be getting triggered at the moment under this full moon's influence, and all of this week actually, because that influence is quite strong with not only the full moon in Libra making oppositions to all those Aries placements that I just mentioned, but you know, with the Venus Chiron conjunction early this week. Yeah, that's quite a strong kind of difficult energy for relationships, and there may be some issues to iron out. You may want to sort of focus on self-love and self-healing, you know, looking after yourself, doing things that feel good for you at this time, because it's just a bit of a jarring energy, especially the first part of the week. Then Monday to Wednesday, Mercury in Pisces makes a conjunction with Neptune in Pisces. So this can be, on the one hand, a very foggy, unclear psychological energy. You know, Mercury is in fall in Pisces. It's not the best energy for communications. It can create a lot of confusion in thinking, misunderstandings, miscommunications, lack of clarity in what you're thinking yourself about what you want. But if you tap into your deeper intuition, that's it. That's where it's going to be. Well, that's where you're going to have more clarity, because when you're dealing with Piscean energy, it is not of the logical mind. It is visual, creative, spiritual, intuitive. And if you have a dilemma this week, dropping into your heart center, dropping into your deepest sense of self, and really when it's about following your intuition and allowing yourself to do so, it's really about removing fear, because fear can block you really being open to your intuitive, you know, what feels right intuitively for you. So go with your intuition this week and let that guide you. And obviously, you know, we apply the logical mind when we start to take action and we see, well, is this working out? Is my intuition guiding me correctly? Does this feel like I'm listening properly and I'm taking the actions that I'm being prompted to? And if it's a yes, then good. You know, you can keep going and you can see what reality mirrors back to you, which is a very Neptunian kind of theme in a way. So Monday to Wednesday, that energy of Mercury conjunct Neptune is very strong. Some people, especially if you have a lot of water in your chart, Pisces or Scorpio or Cancer, those people in particular may find it's a very psychic time from Monday to Wednesday, or a very sensitive time. So emotionally sensitive on the one hand, psychologically sensitive. You could feel like you're picking up on other weird energies that don't quite make sense, and you try to process all of that. It's a great time for meditation to get clarity. It's a great time to record your dreams, and to really listen to your intuition, and do something creative as well if you can. If you have the space for it, from Monday to Wednesday, if you have the space for it, doing something creative or just listening to music can be really healing. Or getting some kind of healing done as well could be good. But also maybe taking it a bit easy on yourself as well. That's another thing. So the other stuff we have, Sunday, Mars in Gemini will start to make a square aspect to Neptune in Pisces. More of an issue next week. Now, next week, I'll talk about it more, but it is starting around Sunday this week, this kind of difficulty or dilemma in making a choice in terms of your actions moving forward. Like, what am I going to do? You know, Mars in Gemini is being in two minds. Mars is about a lot of different things, but it's about taking action, but also strategies and working out what your strategy is going to be. And when it's squaring Neptune, there's a lot of confusion around what's my strategy moving forward? Where do I go? And so, you know, if there's a big decision you have to make and you're a bit stuck, next week is not the week to make that decision, because there's going to be a lot of confusion around direction and forward movement. It's kind of, again, more this energy of listening to your intuition and letting things kind of reveal themselves with the truth, rather than you sort of pushing for something that you feel uncertain about. And I'll talk about that again next week. But I'm going to get to the cards now. So this is going to be for the first lot I'm reading for other fire signs this week. So I've got the Wisdom of the Oracle. I think I've used that recently and I really like this deck. Sorry, that was off camera. And this is the Universal, the Golden Universal Tarot. Okay. And I'll use the Astro Dice like always. So if you guys would like, if anyone would like to book a reading, go to my online store. The link is below. Please be aware that there is a turnaround time for the majority of readings. I'm quite busy at the moment, so minimum 7 to 16 business days, and possibly more towards 11 to 16 business days if you book a video reading or something similar to that. If you book a Zoom reading, you can get that much faster within 5 business days. Okay, so have a look on my store. All the information's there. The fire signs, you have the Lovers card. It actually flipped out before and I put it back and it's come back again, so how about that? So fire signs, there's decisions and choices in relationships. Oh my gosh, we have flying cards here. Yeah, it's some anxiety. So as I always say, these are general readings. So yeah, you know, it may or may not apply to your situation. If it doesn't match your situation, everything that I'm saying, or not everything, but some bits of what I'm saying, it's not going to suit for everybody. Choose based on your rising sign or your moon sign and see how that makes sense. All right, so fire signs, Aries, Leo, Sag. I need another card for you guys. Time to go, 45, it's a 9. Interesting. So you're moving on from something, possibly moving forward to something else, something new. Let's look at the Astro Dice. Fire signs, 11th house, Cancer, Neptune. Wow, a lot of emotion here. And for some people, home life comes up, comfort and security. But there's something about new people, groups. The 11th house, communications, meeting new people comes up. Group situations, could be work groups, online communications, doing something creative online. But a decision's coming up this week for a lot of the fire signs that's involving, for some, relationships, but for others, it looks like a decision that, you know, it's causing you some kind of anxiety here with the 9 of Swords. There is a prompt for the fire signs to move forward with the time to go card. So what this is saying is it's, you know, it may not be physically time to move on for everybody, you know, around something important, but it may be emotional. So maybe you need to move on from the past. Maybe there are certain things that, you know, you still have hang-ups about within your own self that you're actually releasing, that you're letting go of. You may be having a new beginning, fire signs, this week. Issues in relationships could be coming up, commitment issues, fears, cold feet around a relationship, which would make a lot of sense if you are around 8 or 9 degrees of Aries in particular, because Venus and Chiron are conjunct in Aries this week, bringing up some issues in relationships, specifically for those earlier born Aries people. But for all fire signs, you are moving on from the past. You are needing to let go. You have 2 9s here. Look at that. 45 adds to a 9 and a 9 here. So wow. So yeah, there's definitely this strong energy here of moving forward and letting go of the past, whether it is psychological things, issues, anxieties from past previous relationships that were painful or hurtful, past issues in a particular relationship that you may be having trouble, you know, moving on from, forgiveness issues, that kind of thing. But the path is opening up for you guys in some kind of new way that looks pretty exciting, and it's like releasing baggage is a big energy that I'm getting here. All right, so I'm going to move on to the next lot, which is the Earth sign. So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Oh, wow. The 9 of Pentacles, that's a nice card. And one more from the tarot deck. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Huh, okay. So I don't know what it is, but the Earth signs always get a sad card the last few weeks. And I'm an Earth sign myself, so all right. So we have the 9 of Pentacles with the 5 of Cups. So maybe feeling a little bit sad, a bit lonely, like you're missing out on something of an emotional, possibly romantic nature, because it is the 5 of Cups is usually related to relationship, romance, stuff like that. Could be that. Let's see what else. Oh my gosh. All that glitters is not gold. Another card came out, so I'm going to have to get it for you guys. The Fate. So there's something destined here for the Earth signs that, look, it may be relationship related, or maybe something that you wanted to, that you hoped would improve in a situation that you're connected to, but it's like you're either still waiting or still feel a bit of a loss over a situation. It says all that glitters, you know, this saying, all that glitters is not gold. It's like, you know, you might be putting someone on a pedestal that doesn't deserve to be there. They may not, you know, see the masks here. They may be wearing a mask. They may be, you know, in their false self. They may be in their ego more than anything else, and they may be really struggling at this time, and they're not kind of, if it's a relationship for the Earth signs that you're asking about or that you're thinking about, this situation, there's a destined aspect to it here, and it's 8 comes up here, which is about transformation. 7, this is a 7, 6 and 1, so it's about spiritual, having a deeper understanding of the spiritual lessons that you have had to learn from a particular person by the looks of it, Earth signs. So something is in the hands of the fates and it's not in your control, and that could be what's frustrating you, because especially Earth signs, especially Capricorn and Taurus, do like to feel a bit more in control. Even Virgos do as well. The advice I'm getting from this card is focus on what you're good at this week. Focus on your skills and abilities, your own little world, your own life, and it's going to feel very much more satisfying. You know, I say little world because it's a very 6th house energy I'm getting, like very Virgo energy, like the details of your life, the things, you know, and especially like Taurians are good at this, focusing on what you really appreciate in the moment, you know, a good cup of coffee, getting out in nature for a walk, and just being in that zone, that beautiful zone that, you know, you don't necessarily, you may be feeling a bit, sorry, I've got so many thoughts going on at once and my ADD is kicking in. What I'm trying to say is you may feel like you're missing something because of that full moon in Libra. It's triggering that Venus energy, like of maybe wanting connection or wanting intimacy or wanting to feel close to somebody or a situation, wanting something, you know. And maybe it's, with this card, it's like coming back to you and coming back to those details of your life that you enjoy. Let's look at the Astro dice. Taurus comes up, how about that? And we have the North Node, interesting. And what else? We have the 12th house. Wow. Yeah, see, pulling your energy back. Oh, sorry, I was off camera. Pulling the energy back, going back into yourself and retreating into your own creative zone, creating your own good energy, your own positive manifestations and really working on that. Like she's, you know, the Nine of Pentacles is just before the Ten of Pentacles, which is that security and stability. So for the earth signs, if you're working on a business or if you're working on something with your finances, saving money, that's the best thing for you to focus on at the moment. And even creating something beautiful for your own life is going to be much more rewarding this week than focusing on what you don't have in a relationship or what's missing or what you feel upset about. Okay, so that's what's coming up. All right, water signs. Let me see. So this is going to be for Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. No, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Oh my gosh, too many things. Yes, we have a watery card here. We do have, this card did flip out before and I saw it, so I will take that. Okay, what else? So it looks like for the water signs, something about love comes up here as well. Love, oh, jumping card, love and romance. What does this say? Higher power. Yeah. So there's a need to trust in the higher power, in the higher spiritual forces at the moment. You may be waiting to hear back from somebody, but you might be a bit frustrated at some kind of delay or antagonistic energy that you can sense, or some kind of frustration that you feel in regards to, it looks like a relationship, looks like a communication. For some people it could be an issue with a child and say like a husband figure and a child for some, or one or two people. There could be conflict in the family this week, problems with communication between possibly like a young male child or a young child and husband father figure. So that's something that is coming up. It could even be like a child and their grandparent. It could be something like that. Some conflict in a family situation for the water signs I'm sensing. And Aries comes up. Yes, see, some stubbornness comes up. The first house looks like some issue between two people that are very both equally as stubborn as each other. The moon, yeah, family issues coming up. And the higher power card says, you know, it's 4, which is can relate to the 4th house of home and family life. And also this is a message saying spirit is really around you this week very strongly. Call on your angels, call on your guides this week, water signs, if you feel like things are a little bit conflict heavy around you or a bit edgy this week, okay? Because I do feel this, that there's this sort of just, you know, people might be stressed out and they might be taking it out on each other, or people might be just on edge for some other reason. There's some stress going on and there's some stubbornness going on, and you may be the more aware one. So definitely you know, ask for your angels to come in and soften the energy so that people can open up and communicate more freely. That's what I'm getting. Lastly, air signs. So this is going to be for Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Something popping out here. Oh, look. 2 of Cups. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. What do we have for you guys? Oh, my goodness. So some happy vibes here. 2 of Cups with the 10 of Cups is something of a breakthrough in love, or in some kind of connection. You know, it could be any kind of beautiful soulmate connection. You know, soulmate can be a best friend. It can be someone that you have a strong kinship with. Can be love as well. Let's see what your other card is, air signs, from this deck. Oh, you guys got high power as well, and I shuffled that really well. So the previous signs, water signs, got that as well. Wow, so there's a destined flow of energy in regards to communications and connections with soulmates. Again, it could be best friends. It could be a new person that you meet where there's a lot of potential in the connection. It could be an old relationship where there's a healing. Let's see what the Astrology say for the air signs. Scorpio. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, 8th house. Wow. Somewhere where there's a powerful connection. And Venus. Well, for some of you, this is a very deep love, because Scorpio, 8th house, and Venus, it could be a bit of an obsessive on and off connection. Could be the type of connection where it's a bit push-pull. It's very magnetic. For some, there could be a long history here, I'm feeling. But something could be coming up for the air signs this week of healing in love, healing in relationships. This is quite a beautiful energy here, and it's quite rare to see the 2 of Cups with the 10 of Cups. So I really like that. And there's some kind of destiny around a connection this week for the air signs, so that's nice. I'll finish off there, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic week, everyone. Bye.